Blessed with my presence, say thanks. Little, what is your rank? Walk in my hood for a second, they might put you in the dirt.
It's always a good time. 1, 2, 3. All right. Hey guys, my name is Armando from Fire Group and Bomberos On Fire Podcast. Welcome back. I know it's been a little bit while since we do an episode, but it's just been busy, as you guys notice on the social media and all the shit you guys see all the time. Before we start, I want to say thank you to everybody to follow, everybody who's asking me when you're coming back for more episodes. And I'm here with somebody special today, really special. And before we start, please subscribe, click whatever shit on the corners. I usually put it on the corner, but I'm still trying to figure out the editing, so my face is always covered with the logo.
Right.
So we'll try to figure out something about it.
Somewhere in the area.
Somewhere in the area. And yes, so I'm really excited today. We talk about mental health and a bunch of stuff that I'm pretty sure you're curious about it.
Yes.
With my friend Ellie.
Ellie J, or Lilu, depending on what circle you talk to, because I have a stage name. But yeah, no, whenever you were like, be on my podcast, I was like, ew. Because normally I don't think it's like, so people just want to talk about the Lilu, not like the Ellie, or like what it took to like get there, or the mental part of it. Because while it is fun and like something that I enjoy, it's not just like somebody wakes up at, 18 years old and is like, hey, you know what I'm going to be really good at? Like, it's just something that is worked really well for me, because I've always loved sales and stuff. So, I've been in content creation now for 13 years. 13 years. 10 of which was, actually like 11 of which, probably close to 12, was completely monogamous with my husband. So we shot with no one else, not for any other companies. It was just him and I, or solo content, fetish content with just us. And so I got to see a whole different side of the adult community and like the industry, because there's two categories for women. There's barely legal 18 and then MILF. Think about it.
Yes.
And as soon as you get out of that one, it's a whole different thing. And the barely 18s, like, they burn out a lot faster. It's a lot harder whenever you're a lot younger and you're creating a brand that's physically yourself like that, and you have a company that's like, you need to do more, you need to be more, you need to do like all this check-off list. I kind of knew in the beginning that I wasn't going to shoot for other companies like that. We were just gonna do our solo career.
So 11 years ago, it was
13 years ago.
It wasn't OnlyFans at all.
No, we were creating content like that for people before it was really popular. So like some people like the mom and pop of porn is kind of what we feel like. And I've even had people say, thank you, because I was doing that before, I was like, what is hanging off me? I was doing that before OnlyFans was OnlyFans, or there was really easy clip sites. Because I think about 5 years in, I want to say, clips for sale and stuff like that started getting really big. So I was going to AVNs with them, and that was my favorite one. I didn't do many of the expos. I did the one in LA because I got nominated, and then still off my just did my husband. But to get nominated and do stuff, you have to annoy your fans and be like, vote for me, and then that's politics.
And back then it wasn't on social media like now.
No, this was 10. I'm trying to think, 7, 8 years ago. No, it was 8 years ago. I know, because not long after I got pregnant.
Oh shit.
So funny, not funny. We were in LA. It was my first time for us going to LA, and it was expos. I was pregnant, and I ended up having a miscarriage not long after. And in a minute, I'll say how that saved my life when I almost died a few years after that. But we'll get there. So I fell asleep in the back of someone's car, and we're driving an Uber. I don't fall asleep around people. It is not something
you shouldn't do.
I shouldn't do. I can't. I physically cannot get comfortable. Repeatedly, anytime we sat down, I fell asleep. I was like, something's off. Ended up being pregnant. I had a miscarriage. And I was somewhere, I think around the years. Well, by the end of the year, I was pregnant with my daughter. Had her. She's absolutely wonderful, super smart. I remember crying when I I saw her in utero because I saw her toes, and I was like, this bitch is going to look nothing like me. Nothing. She has gray eyes and had blonde curly hair for a long time. Now it's getting like longer, but she's a photocopy, like just my husband
And her.
just softened by my features.
Clone.
Yes.
A clone.
Well, me getting pregnant like that caused a tumor that I had in my body that I didn't know about to, I guess, get like much bigger, much quicker. So it was like she was around 3. I had to get a golf ball sized tumor. It was like 4 centimeters? No, it was like 4 centimeters, like size of a golf ball, I think centimeters.
Yeah, millimeters.
Millimeters.
Yeah. Where was it?
In where my sigmoid colon is, so I don't have that anymore. I'm missing like 5 inches of the intestines and my lymph nodes over there.
Yes. So yeah, so it's, for you, you have to eat carefully.
Not anymore, surprisingly. I can actually eat way better now. So before I had that removed, I was like full-blown celiac. Like I couldn't even eat out. I couldn't have red dye, soy. I couldn't have dairy. Like, well, I had like a lot of ground meat was my go-to. And like fish. It was terrible. Now, like I can have dairy. Like I can have a lot of stuff that I could not even tell before. Yeah, so it doesn't bother me.
Spicy food? You fine?
Because they said it was only 5 inches. They were like, before I went under, they're like, they're basically like, we're going to take 1.5 feet of your colon. And they called the whole thing the colon, which I didn't know before. Because I'm thinking like, your colon's just your butthole. The things you learn when something's wrong with it. Right, I found that out because also with like the sigmoid colon, like if you ever see like I have scars on my stomach, that's from all that. Because like, oh, C-section. I'm like, no, that's Mr. Potato Head. Is technically what I've named him. But like it was like severe dysplasia, but in like multiple places, but it wasn't cancer.
Okay, that's good.
They were like, they thought it had been in there for 10 years. Because normally when something that size is because I got double pregnant like that, the hormones that change everything in your body so close to one another probably made it swell up a lot more fast. That is what they guess.
To see it with that.
I went from like having like light pain to within like, like it was a lot. Like like if I had any type of inflammation, like it would swell up. I was like something is happening inside my body. And because I don't feel pain normal, because as you know, people who are traumatized, we do not process pain at all the same way. Like that's why I like to ride horses. Like I like very physical, hands-on, tactile stuff. Like I make a lot of the bracelets. Like that's a part of I call it my 5 S's.
Horses, bracelets, and oil.
Sleeping, snuggles, smoking, sex, and oh god, I can't think of it. There's another S. Well, there's one more that I'll think of.
Probably, yeah.
There's another S that also excited that I try to go through those each day. Like something could be like animals with like one of my friends, just something like that where there's actual touching of something that brings my nervous system down. That does not mean toxic people, but it does mean that I'm actively trying to continue staying connected and as grounded.
So you need that physical connection with something.
Yes, or creation.
Or creation.
Like, create to not hate, because I can be a mean girl, and I was a lot growing up because I was severely traumatized. And the best way I can put it is I have an autistic alcoholic mother and a crackhead narcissistic father. How the fuck have I survived the world I never know? Yeah, no, it is. I've had therapists tell me that. I've had therapists say, "I'm sorry, I cannot handle the amount of trauma that you've been through." I've had more than once. They're like, "Listen, I want to be able to help you, and I can't." Like that's like one of them was like crying. I'm like, so I'm so incredibly aware of. When I say, like, when I started before, like, I'm like, I will talk about anything, but I always leave that up to people, because I always tell my friends, like, hey, if I ever say something, because, like, the dark humor, like, me, like, I've made it, like, tolerable in my own brain, but I also forget that not everybody has had that many things happen to them, like.
Oh, I know. I know, trust me, I'm really blunt, and yes, really blunt with whatever I say. I have to be blunt on my typical job, on my normal job, and that transferred to my normal life. And sometimes I have to like, my bad, I went way too too fast. Yeah.
I have an adult industry job, and then like there's the real world, so I have to always.
But it seems like it's like two lives. Like you got the adult industry, content creator stuff, and then you got your normal job. And people don't realize the other side. They only see you in the
normal job, and it's been full-time content creation. So about a year after, and we moved from Virginia to Florida, then it's been full-time since.
Yeah, so you never had a normal job. Per se,
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
She's doing that, and you have like two lives because you have to figure, especially it's so taboo here in the States.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that shit?
Oh, it's more drama.
Please.
So like it's just speaking of that, like the sex industry is very taboo, and I was raised on all sales. I sold illegal things when I was younger, and then like I've sold cars. I sold timeshare. Like the day I turned 18, I was like Myrtle Beach. That's where I was raised, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. When you're a woman, you're a waitress, you're a stripper, or you sell something. Like there's not many
avenues to.
Like no, I didn't go to school and different stuff like that because they built like colleges. But whenever I was 18, so 20 years ago,
yes,
Myrtle Beach, it was completely different. Now they've tore down anything that made it special and different, and it's just
cookie cutter shopping mall with let me see, IHOP, Chipotle, Papa.
Yeah, I don't think Papa's. Yeah, but I feel like they would because South Carolina, I would say the best way to describe my personality is Harley Week and Black Bike Week. Like I worked both of those. I worked like the venues and stuff like that. Loved them both. Like I prefer like rap music and hip hop and stuff like that, but I also love country and rock and all.
Yeah, you diverse in music. I listen I listen to extreme heavy metal shit, people growling.
Some.
To rap music and baby metal, with the Japanese K-pop mixed with metal.
I actually like because I don't mind a little bit of the screaming into the microphone, but it's just also like EDM. Love the people, y'all are so hot, but your music makes me want to run my head through a wall.
After a while.
Like there's no beat drops. I feel like you're edging me the whole time. And it's just, okay, next song, and then you just do that for like 4 hours, and I'm like sitting here, I'm like waiting for the beat to drop. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like they get it like right there, and then there's no words, there's no anything. I'm like, if you just put like, I don't know, 1% of dubstep every now and again just gives a boom, we will be so much happier. And then people don't like it. It's just, so like me, who's hypersensitive to everything. It's like, where's it at? Like, have you ever seen me? It's like, I just bounce around and walk around a lot. I'm not I don't sit still. Like, you know, I'm sitting here like my foot's going crazy because
it is what it is.
I'm not.
Usually I have something in my hand.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's why
That's why I started making bracelets. Like, it's like all of them have like the different textures, and I was like, oh, this is pretty, and then now I make.
You know, they have some YouTube content for people with sensitivity to texture or sounds or whatever. Now there's everything on it, but it's remind me of that. Like I met somebody who made bracelets for people that needs to just grab something and just fucking let it out. Yeah.
So fun fact, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Technically it was Conway, but now Myrtle Beach has got so big it's like swallowed it. I got diagnosed with ADHD in Myrtle Beach and South, so this was 30 years ago at 7. Because I presented at like a boy, like mine's very out where most girls are like, Mom, I was insane. So like, my parents obviously divorced when I was young. My mom like kidnapped me. Like I said, my dad, he liked drugs. Like my family was all women, so they're all very, very bitchy. But one of them has now been sober from heroin for 40 years. So like that, they all have their flavor.
And that's you, basically. A mix of all that, and you just come out.
That's what's weird. So I'm not like many people on either side of my family. I haven't been. I was always the black sheep. So my dad's side is like hyper religious from their sexual trauma. Ooh. Like hyper, like Jesus is Thanos, and God is Thanos is gonna like snap fingers like half, like constantly giving money to prophets. Bro, like whenever I don't talk to most of my family because I'm about being blunt. It's like when somebody says something dumb, hurtful, or outright oppressive, but people I love, I don't care who you are. Like,
fuck you.
I'm in my traumatized them back era. People are like, is that safe? I was like, is it healthy? I was like, I don't know. I know bottling it up, so do the math. I was with my husband for 16 years. Before that, I was insane. Did what I want when I wanted, like all the drugs, all the alcohol, I could drink 14 bottles of wine. How I'm not dead, I don't know to this day, but I would drink just bottles of alcohol. Constantly. So I met him, I'm like, oh, you're sober? What is that like? Because I've been trying to quit smoking, but who I was with, still smoking cigarettes. I quit, the first week I was like, oh, you don't smoke? I was like, cool. I've been waiting for somebody, has everybody smoked cigarettes in South Carolina?
Yeah.
So, met him, and I suppressed everything so much. When they say suppression equals symptoms, no idea why that tumor is in my body. That track, if I had the tumor now removed 5 years, they said it was in there for 10 years. That is literally when I got sick.
Well, all the symptoms, anxiety, for example, when people pass out, when people, I got chest pain, but it's anxiety, but it symptomizes that feeling. I see that a lot, obviously, especially when I work. But it's that your body tried to get it out, and you got chest pain, you got, you breathe too fast, or your hands getting cramped. I don't know if you had that in the past.
I get a lot in my calves, so I get a lot of, I get more of the panic attacks. So when I get mine, I get full body goosebumps, and my muscles get really tight, or I can feel what's coming, so I try deep breathe, either go in a ball or stretch depending on what feels good. But for a long time I had the nightmares waking up of just different random stuff. I don't necessarily know if it's good, but I don't dream anymore. It's been years, nothing. And I know some of that's because I don't sleep well enough, perimenopause, all of that. It's and I'm just a month, please. And now this is my 4th month that I've lived on my own for the first time in my entire life. I've never lived on my own. I literally went from...
That's true, because you've been from 18 straight.
Well, I got my first place at 16 because my dad kept getting us evicted, and I lived with my dad because I had already been kicked out of my mom. Because, I've been hogtied and thrown in cop cars a few times, but I was very fortunate that my family knew enough people when I was younger. So I'll leave it at that, because my uncle was a criminal defense lawyer. I was very lucky for the amount of dumb shit that we did. The only thing I got from my childhood was a speeding ticket, and I was like, I will take that. And with my daughter and everything, she's the one who really got me into my healing journey, because for a long time I thought a lot of my personality was just me being weird, and then realizing a lot of it is symptoms so this was in the weird of who am I, what am I, what do I enjoy doing that and doing it on purpose. And what made me see that was with my daughter, I'm giving her all the things that I hate about my parents, and I was how do I stop that? I don't want to do that, be that, but I know nothing else. So then that was what do I do? So I went, and I was stone cold sober. I'm talking about no ADHD medication. I hated taking Tylenol. Nothing for close to 12 years. Just whenever I even had my stuff moved, I was not comfortable taking the painkillers at first, until a woman came and sat on my bed, and she was I was over this long. She's you don't have to be a martyr. And I was okay, so when I woke up, I was put me back under. That was pain that when I woke up, now after having my boobs done and everything, and being in 22 hours of labor, that was worse than labor waking up. That was insane. But I said, I think us women with babies, we kind of forget it, so we have more. I learned at 1. I was no thank you, I don't want any more. I knew when I was pregnant, I was I don't want this again. Love my daughter, just not.
It's not for you.
Not packed up.
Yeah, exactly. Some people can have 10 kids and still jumping
Well, no, but they're also insane. If you say, I'm so tired, it's yes, you run a zoo.
Yeah.
By yourself.
And that's 10, 20 years just. I have 2 kids, so I'm done. I'm done.
2's also, that makes sense. Yes.
Because after 2, then you got to have 4, because you don't want to divide the attention, and then 4, it becomes 6, and then, I've seen some people have 10, 8 kids.
Or just have sex and use protection.
That's actually, yes.
That's way more fun with way less
consequences.
Yeah, I was gonna say way less, I'd say trauma, because it's physical trauma. It's one of those funny things, having children is natural. It's so is cyanide. Both of them can kill you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing, but it's hard because I remember not being able to eat, and then just being so uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah, for 9 months. You are throwing up, or you feel dizzy.
Yeah, luckily I didn't throw up. I just incredibly nauseous. I did a long stint, so I've done like all drugs except for physically shooting up heroin. I think that is the only thing that saved me from doing heroin is being terrified of needles. So like I got a tattoo, at one point I was like, that definitely helped a lot. And then also I got this one, which is the semicolon, which I drew, and then I had the guy tattoo it on me on World Semicolon Day this year. After not having tattooed exactly, because I got this, I was 19.
When you got that one?
Yeah, and I'll be 39 this year.
Okay.
So it was that, and then also, what else happened that year? I held a spider. Well, I tried to touch a spider. I was like deathly afraid. Like I've gotten out of a moving car because of a spider before. I was driving. So I slammed. It was crawling at me. I slammed on my brakes and I got because I couldn't touch the gear shifts because it was like right there. Someone else in the car. They did it. Like, not the smartest of fear, but I went to touch the spider then and like I passed out and like cracked my head on the floor. Then I called the ambulance because like just
you jump over the moving car.
Straight. Oh no, I'm talking about I tried to touch it standing up in Ripley's. The car was fine. I was out. They were
okay.
They stopped it. It was fine. But no, at Ripley's, Ripley's Aquarium, Ripley's, believe it or not, might have been. It was one of the two because like I said, this was 20 years ago. And I touched it. Out. Just. I held one 2-3 weeks ago. It was like I've been like doing like trying to center myself in. My legs were going crazy like this, but I was holding my hand so I was actually able to like look at it and not shit my pants. So
that's good.
Like I know. I feel like the barn was like conversion therapy because in the ranch and stuff there's spiders on me. So I regularly I go out of my way a little bit to not have them on me. But once you've had like 5 or 6 black widows on you, like it gets a little less terrifying.
Yeah.
Just a giant tarantula that's going from one hand to the next isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, I ate one by the way in the jungle in Amazon.
Well, that's.
They taste like chicken.
Why does everything taste like chicken?
Don't know. Alligators taste like
pork chop. I always thought.
Pork chop. Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of animals. Spider, I don't think I do. When people are like eat bugs, I'm like I would just eat those in my sleep. Like you're supposed to.
Monkey's different meat, that's for sure.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I feel like that would be the closest to human meat. I think it would be. They say ours is like a white meat.
Yes.
Like a white and dark meat.
What I tried, it's funny because I tried when I was in the jungle. I spent 6 months in the Amazon jungle because I'm a medic.
Are you eating people? Are we talking people?
No, but in the jungle.
That wasn't convincing.
But in the jungle, the culture, if you kill the animal or you kill whatever, you have to eat it.
Yeah.
And it was in the beginning of the Orinoco or the Amazon River in Venezuela, on the corner. And the monkey was trying to beat me and trying to scratch me. I was in a hut, sitting it was hot as fuck, by the way. Right. And the monkey jumped and committed suicide, kind of, because it was a leech around the neck, and he died hanging off on the rope. And the Indian guy came to me and said, "Oh, you killed it." No, it's fucking jump. "Oh no, you killed it." So dinner time was the monkey, no brains. We rice and beans.
They say those for a delicacy. I
yes,
know that.
Rice, beans, plantains, Coca-Cola, and monkey meat. And I'm like, fuck. And I ate it. Actually, it was good. That's not too bad.
As long as stuff is seasoned right. But yeah, and people like horse meat and stuff like that. Like
I got horse meat,
like animals
in Chile.
They ship so many of the horses here.
Yeah.
I would not trust. It's so funny because it's like the rest of the world won't eat meat from America, but they'll eat that. It's like you do know it's the same thing. Like they feed them all
the time.
Because that's something. Speaking of that, so seed oils is something that I could not like. I notice if I eat more fried foods, not just like health, but you're more ornery. Like because our body's not meant to process seed oils like we are, like butters and fats and like avocados and like. Yeah. Literally, it's one of those things I was like, oh, I never thought that. Because I obviously hear about sugar, because sugar's obviously terrible for you. I'm an addict of sugar still. Even though I don't partake in the heavier drugs out of the past, sugar, I could just,
all day. If I see sugar, I get fat, so I'm trying to avoid it. I barely smell it and I get fat.
I can't avoid it. I just know that whenever I want it, habit, but I just try to be mindful. It's like, when does that switch from like, okay, I got my fill to get me now, then I can top that down a lot easier than I can the initial like just having some, which it took time because being an addict and 100% or zero, like getting those numbers in there. Like I would be happy-go-lucky. Littlest thing pissed me off. I would level 10, just red line, super easy. So now I'm to where I have like, I call it like a 1 to 4 and like a 6 to 10. So I have a little jump now once I start feeling my cheeks get hot because I'm fiery, very, very fiery, and I do what I say I'm going to do, and I say what I'm going to do, and I don't hide shit. And it's like, if you are pushing me to where I have to add more, I'm going to try to stop before we get there and take a second, so then I can articulate, because I get super angry.
I bet. You get the red eyes and it's just you full Hulk, She-Hulk. Yes,
because like I had to fight out of a lot of my childhood. So it's like, I still have that in me, and going back and doing a lot of that work also brings a lot of that stuff to the forefront of like forgetting, and with something like that, what is it? What's the word? You forget everything? Amnesia. It's like the trauma amnesia is incredibly common, because I was just like, I'm not that traumatized. I don't remember my childhood. And somebody was like, baby, that's because you were so fucking traumatized. And I was like,
locked in a box inside.
Yeah, but the thing is like, so when I met my husband, I locked myself in that golden cage to keep myself safe. I stopped doing all that. I tried to grow up. And this is the weirdest shit I've ever heard, because I always like to dress like this, but why is this not considered grow up if this was my style? It's so funny when if you look back in the 50s and 60s, the women that dressed like that had like a very similar look growing up, and then somewhere along the way we thought that look was how we were supposed to look growing up.
Yeah.
I guess like how we were taught. Didn't work for me. It made me fat again. Like I was so miserable and uncomfortable in my body because I didn't know who I was. So I was like, obviously this is who I am. I'm supposed to, you're told you want the white picket fence, you want, the kids in the yard, and be like the family mom, and like do all this stuff. And I was like, I'm miserable. I was not happy trying to fit into that box. And now don't get me wrong, like I was still going to these adult conventions, and I was still doing stuff. And for a long time my husband was with me. Not his scene. We would go to strip clubs. He would sit on his phone in the corner, and I'm like, dances the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. He's not a sexually open person. Like, knowing what we know now about one another, he should have never been in front of the camera. But we didn't know. It was fun. It was enjoyable.
And you make money in the long term after a while.
Yeah.
So, fuck it, you got income from that.
Right. But if that's not something you're proud of,
like it's hard.
Not everybody's as sexually open as I am. Like, my family there was swingers in my family, and they were very open. They had books.
Oh shit.
Of like bitches they banged, and like orgies and all this stuff. When Anna Nicole Smith was alive, the blonde guy that she ended up being with, he was sitting on the couch with me. Like one of the mansion parties that I went, because like I said, family had a lot of money. They hung out with rich people. Once we got older, it was redneck trailer park kid to like that. By the time we were 18, she did very well for herself.
Yeah.
I was there just talking to him, and like I didn't know who he was. Like I said, there wasn't much internet or stuff like that. I saw him do something. I was like, homeboy looks familiar, and then it all pieced back together.
Homeboy's this. Oh, homeboy's doing this. Oh, okay.
I was just talking to him. I just figured he was like another rich dude at the party, or like something.
It's like when I'm working secrets with IV stuff. I don't know. I don't know the person. I just know, hey, you're here having fun. I'll hook you up with some of my rehydrations. Let's go. That's it. But I don't know that person. But I find out, I was a CEO of a big company. I own 1,000 fucking acres and somewhere like,
And that's what's so great about secrets is the anonymity. And being able to like go into a place and have autonomy. That's what's the biggest switch of your body. So whenever you're in there, you can wear what you want. You can do what you want. Me as a single woman for the first time in my life, because my husband and I are separated, but we're still great friends. It's funny that I talk about like trauma. It took me 6 months. Well, I may or may not have a big ego. I know that I'm a narcissist, and I know that I got lucky enough to be one of them that have a ton of empathy, so I can be a dark empath or not. And I can always tell when I'm doing something that's not right for my life, the universe shows me like hard. Like I'm talking about straight up punches in the face, like very hard, right? Okay, abort mission, I'll do a 180. Obviously this is the wrong fucking direction. I will do that. The classic CPTSD of like blown up my life like many times of this isn't working, let's go do something else. Like trying to escape myself, trying to get new experiences, trying to just do things. But even as a kid, like I opened up kiosks in the middle of the mall during the winter one time. Yeah. A girlfriend I'd met for like 3 weeks was like, hey, a bunch of guys are gonna go open up kiosks in the middle of the mall. Would you like to go? And I was like, sure. How I wasn't kidnapped, don't know. Probably once they met me, they were like, this bitch is crazy. We should definitely not. So
keep it as a friend.
Yeah, they were very nice. And then they were like, oh, when are you ready to go back? We'll fly you back. It was very funny, but so that was like, I think like 17, because I'd already dropped out of school. But when I met my husband, like we immediately like moved to Virginia, and then we were there for 2 years, and then we came down to visit Florida, and then we moved back 28 days later. Then we like moved a few places around there. Then we bought a house when I was 9 months pregnant. So it was when I went into labor, everything stopped until I got out of the hospital. Yeah. Then I had my tumor removed, and it was like it was like a solid year after, maybe like 2 years after I had it removed, because I was very healed. I was like, we should sell our farmhouse we have and move into a RV and travel around. Okay. 45 days later, we had our house sold and we were in an RV traveling. Yep. And then during that, I realized I had way more trauma than what, because like moving, I didn't realize how hard it was on me to move until you're moving every single week. So I got up to like 170 pounds, like very fast. And I'm about 125 right now, one-ish. And it was like I was like, something is wrong. And then I would never forget when I was like, okay, I need like intensive therapy. I was trying to escape from them, my husband and my daughter in the RV, and she was following me, and I went to slam the door. I almost caught her in the door, and my husband like jerked her back. And I was like, my mom was physically abusive. I was like, I'll never, that was the closest I ever came to like legitimately hit her. Other than accidentally dropping my phone on her face once, I still feel so bad about that. And I still feel like it was my fault because I dropped my phone, but that was like the weirdest part, because like, I still think of that weird one too, but I was like, all right. So I went through therapy like once or twice a week for a while, and then last year I dug in for about 6 months. I was going 5 days a week, 2 hours at a time sometimes. I was like, I have to break everything down and be raw. I was like, I don't know who I am, what I want to do. I'd never taken a day off. I'd always just constantly made videos, talk to people, do all this stuff. And I was like, I don't give up, I ain't doing shit. Didn't do anything for 3 months. Just absolutely the bare minimum, like.
Just take care of yourself.
I've never done that. Never done it.
Except for the past 6 months.
Yes, it was actually a little more than, because whenever I got into the therapy, that's when I really started realizing me and this man I've been with for this long are completely different pages. The best is like, I'm too gay for him, he's too straight for me. So it's like his idea of a family life is significantly different than mine.
Delta's apart because it's different vision.
He was also incredibly traumatized too, just in a different way. Then you only say that you marry your parents. I'm his mom, he is mine. Except for the alcoholism. But he, like, not diagnosed autism, but like, he is too smart. Like, there's too many brains, not enough, that's him. Like, math makes sense to him. Like,
okay, it's a numbers guy.
Very much so.
It is logic, it is cold.
I'm 100% energy, he's 100% logic. We yin and yang. Like, it is, like, if you ever sat down with us, like, we've had people go like this, they're like, we've never met people so like different. When I met him, we were selling timeshare. I've been partying with his aunt months prior. He like ate almonds and stuff instead of like pizza. Like, he did everything at the same time every day. Like, even to this day, he measures like his water, his food intake, like to the gram, to the ounce. All that. That's what makes him happy. That gave me fucking panic attacks because I tried to do it for like. I did it, and it drove me insane. I know that's not me, but like I said, I'm glad I had the experience. I didn't have a lot of those type of skills, and I was always taught that if you learn from people, you're using them and stuff like that. I'm also dyslexic, and I had a ton of processing, like talking about like childhood trauma, medical trauma. They put me on like Lexapro and stuff. Like it was that bad, and I was like 10. I was very young, like Prozac, all kinds of stuff.
Jeez.
So so I was trying to think. But like, yeah, for remember, I was like, all the medical trauma, I was like, so much.
You taking medication when you're a kid, you got a little traumas.
They drug, like the difference is, like, so his mom is, what is it, like, it's not borderline personality disorder, it is the bipolar. So she's legitimately.
Oh yeah, really? Like blowing up and you can see the big difference?
I'm talking about crashes, like super duper hard. And I have a lot of, because I have like some borderline personality disorder characteristics, but with being diagnosed with PTSD, they don't want to do too many because it's all kind of overlapping until you can deal with some of the trauma.
Question, so people don't know, what stands for CPTSD?
Complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which a lot of times they say directly towards children, but it can happen if, like Stockholm Syndrome is basically CPTSD. Like you're traumatized into something in a prolonged time. It's not like it happened once, like going to war, like even though it's a big once, it's a very big once. It's not you're in war for 7, 8, 9 years.
Well, like 5 hours, we do 24, 48, 24 hours on that for 25 years or 30 years of the same thing, the same feelings. And so yeah, it's like a long-term PTSD.
Yeah, because I always want to, like, obviously me, I didn't ask for the trauma. And I'm not saying y'all are asking for the trauma, but like with that, because I like helping people and sharing my story because I know that it helps people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you deal with that? Like that, re-traumatizing yourself, obviously, like not on purpose, because you're helping people. It's power to you, because that's
just reaching out to you, and hopefully somebody who's watching this at some point say, hey, I went through this shit. Maybe I can get a tip from you or from me, and maybe I can supply some help. Yeah. That's why I said I'm doing this because I like it, and I like to help people, and I like to at least one person or everybody watching. If you can get help, I did my job. I'm not Joe Rogan, makes millions of dollars on the podcast. I'm just talking to people and to see what they do for dealing with mental problems.
That's so whenever I have my podcast, because that's Indestructible Ellie. That's what I want to do. It's like talk about the mental health of things. People
don't talk about it.
Don't realize is you don't have to carry everything yourself, and people have. Like I said, the predators in our life, because we can bluntly see that it's just a bunch of pedophiles trying to groom people to be a certain way. And the best way that they can do it is if they isolate you and make you feel like you're the fucking problem, then you are always going to bend over backwards, because it gives me goosebumps every time, but you're going to bend over backwards to try to make the abuse stop. And all it's going to do, the smaller you make yourself, the more that you get abused. And I'm not saying that it's your fault for making yourself small. I'm saying it's working the way it is designed to work for the people who benefit off.
And that make you to make wrong choices for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're
selfless. You're not living your life. You're trying to live your life through someone else's, and that's never going to taste the same as living your life for yourself.
And what made you say, you know what, fuck it, I need a break, I need to fix myself? What was the event, or is little by little things that you
I wanted to kill myself. So I've dealt with suicidal ideology for a very long time, and I did kill myself when I was a child, where they had to bring me back. I had one other attempt before my teens. And then it was just like a lot of ideology and stuff like that. Because like I said, then I became like really good at being a bitch. And then I was still getting traumatized, but it wasn't in the same capacity. It wasn't like I said, with putting on Lexapro, putting me like on all this stuff. Like I don't know if it was before, during, after. Like all of that is meshed in, where I have the like photocopies of like places like in my brain where I can remember like the plants and like the seat cushions and all that, but I don't remember the order of stuff. And then whenever I felt like I want to drive off the road, like I was like something, and that was me going home from like where I went to Cali to work for the weekend. I was like, I would rather drive off the road than go home. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I was like, something isn't right. And then when I realized it was my whole life like crashed down upon me. Like it was rough. Like I spent like a whole month in bed crying. All my friends were like like what's going on as him and I were separating, but because I couldn't talk about him without my ego getting in the way, I didn't say shit. I had my two people that I tell everything to. One was my sister, one was my ex-girlfriend. My sister hasn't been through as much in life as my girlfriend. She has also had a lot of the same experiences, so she can handle a lot more because she has traveled. She's traveled that road, yes.
Okay. So
but it's not going to be too much for her to handle. I know that she can, it's sad to say, relate to it, that it's not going to break her.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't ever want to traumatize my friends that way, because I get it, like they're there to hold space for me, but not everybody's meant to hold everything. And that's why, like, now I believe in poly and ethical non-monogamy, but unfortunately I see a lot of poly relationships in like the lifestyle where it's kind of a narcissist just preying upon women, and like the triangulation and a lot of these things that I've unfortunately been through a lot of therapy, and I've seen a lot of this over my life, like laid out very bluntly, that I can be like, this is what's happening.
I can see that, and it's something that it happens probably all the time, and people don't realize it, have it on their face, and they don't want to accept it sometimes, I guess. I don't know, because I'm not in that lifestyle, but I can sympathize with you with the trauma.
Yes.
So that's why if you see...
Not everybody becomes hypersexual, and that's what I tell people.
Exactly. And some people can take it with that, some people can take it with guns, to diet, to exercise, so...
Drugs, yeah.
Drugs, alcohol, a lot of the firefighters believe...
I did all of it.
You did all that, check.
Yes.
Oh God, but you were able to escape, you were able to get out of that, and that's what I want to put you on the camera so people can say, hey, there's an outlet, there's a hope somewhere.
I feel like sex is the most healing thing, because at the base of it, it's what everybody wants. But they don't understand why. A lot of it is because, they want the house, they want the car, they want money, they want all this stuff.
Things.
It is all for sex. Except for sex. Sex is about power. It is a power exchange. It's a dynamic that can only be made through some type of contact, intimacy, something along those lines. So it's much deeper and healing. That's why I feel like when it's sexual trauma, it's so much different on our psyche, because it's something that we are searching for from the second we're born, is to be loved and to love. And that's like literally the base of it. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for sex. It's
basic needs.
Yes, and everything's like
food
because it's the intimacy. It is literally the connection. It doesn't actually need to be like penetration. Like, sexual can be so much more than that. It should be an exchange of energy and hope and like life force and all this stuff. But so many people go into stuff like that wanting to take. I went to, and I even say too, like, check off my bucket list and stuff like that. I have things that I want to experience. For me, a lot of it's in a more positive thing, and like, because I've had a lot of things happen that were negative, that were not my choice. So it's like going through and having those positive experiences. And I'm not saying that people are not still assholes, because they definitely are.
Yes, they are.
But I also know that I can be an asshole, and being in the traumatize them back era is what I call it. So I'm not the villain. I'm going to be the villain in people's story, so they can play the victim. I have been a victim. I will never play the victim, but when I know somebody's trying to traumatize me and I bluntly call it out, then they keep trying,
and they become the victim. Just because.
I'm going to say my piece, and I'm going to make you feel like shit, and whatever happens, happens. That happens to be more common in like lifestyle stuff where sex is healing, like where people are looking for the connection. I'd say like a solid 50% of like the whole that's what they want. It's like the connection. They want friends. It's the party. It's just it's super enjoyable. As with everything, there is like, of course, not like the content creators like me, like they're there for, they have like a job, a purpose, it brings revenue in a different type of scene to anywhere you go. And I'm about like solid 25% predators that are like should not be there, and like and I never say listen, because I feel like some predators are not meant to be, because like I know that I was a predator at one point in my life because I had to be. But are you a predator that's, I always try to say it correctly because I say hyena and I know it's hyena. Southern, like I add extra syllables, yes.
I have an accent, so you're the worst person to ask about the shit.
It's just always a funny thing I think about, like, or are you a lion? So it's like, a lion has a pride, they protect their own. If like another lion goes down, well, something will immediately attack them. You're in a pack of hyenas, they're going to get whatever they want and need from the situation. I feel like they can be more self-serving. Like, have you ever like looked up on a hyena?
Yeah.
They're fucking weird and so cool. And like, so cool. That looks a little blurry. Wait, okay, yeah, sorry.
There you go.
That's what I saw. I just have to talk about it and it fixes itself.
Huh.
Talk about it.
Talk about spirits and stuff like your ghost. Yeah.
Yes, but and with all that, like with the community, I feel like that's a reason. So mental health has always been bad. But whatever happened, the 56, I keep going back to that because whenever they started, women can do it all you have to do is take amphetamines and then take a benzo and then do this, and then women are like,
yeah.
Of course, when you make one person handle everything.
Yeah. It should.
Everything.
To me, it should be 50-50.
Yeah.
To me. And that's my perspective.
I look at it, so even if the woman was to stay at home and takes care of the kids, that's incredibly hard. I also would not be able to go sit and work at a desk either. So I'm out in the world, like I have to be able to run around in circles like a crazy person. So, if you have that dynamic and like the guy comes home, he lives there too. There should be something. I'm not saying that they need like cook dinner and like scrub the toilets and different stuff like that. First of all, if y'all are both working, you should have somebody come clean your stuff. Like that shouldn't be even if it's just the toilets. Pay your neighborhood kids. Hey, you want to clean some toilets today? But also, I was a hustler when I was young, so I would always pay my friends to like do my homework, clean my house. Like that's always what it is, because there's always somebody who, because I've always been a talker. People have always just told me their story. Like, I've always gotten my life experience from life. Never got it from book. Like I was saying, like the processing disorders.
Yeah.
I could not read for grades longer than most kids. I was literally on the short bus.
Yeah.
I was in all special needs classes. Like I could not process things normally whatsoever. I was like, but whatever, like I said, whatever energy got fueled up inside of me, where I also got this mouthpiece, like
It saved you, girl. It saved you.
I don't know why, but that I call it confidently anxious, because I've always been like, I'm a very anxious person, but now I realize it's because I have so much energy in me all the time.
So you want to release, you want to just fucking go.
Me sitting still is me masking, which I didn't realize that for a long time. There's always some type of movement before I would get in my head. Improv helps so much with that. I tell people, if you want to change your life, go into improv. And like SAT Comedy Lab, where I do.
I went there. I took a class there. It was awesome. It helped me to do this, because I am
do more. They have multiple levels. They have different like time. Yeah. But like they even have one for anxiety where they don't put you on stage. It's literally to help you cope in the real world and not take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
And it makes you think outside of your own box and not just, oh, I have one idea, I have to go with that. It's like, okay, I have one idea, I have 3 ideas, I'm gonna go with this one and putting it forward and fully committing and either being yourself or being whatever character that you want to play on stage. It just shows you like to trust yourself.
It's like role play kind of.
Basically. It really is.
Put feelings out in a different way, so it doesn't mean it's me, it's just that person, but you put in reflecting that shit on that character.
You're 2 adults playing a game on stage with but there's just like there's always, there's no judgment. It's like everybody judges, but don't let your biases create. Like, don't let your judgment create biases and make it difficult for somebody to live who's just trying to survive.
Yeah.
It's just 2 adults playing games on stage, finding the connection. It's a very it's you and then with the audience having fun. Like stand up, I don't like stand up. I don't do stand up because that's me sitting down, writing down jokes, going over this over and over.
More structure. You want to be able to play around.
I want to use I want to use all this fire that I have that I will always. You give me a microphone, I will talk into it. Like I won't just good. I don't want to. It was like, are you ready? Nope. And they'll always look at me like, are you gonna do it? I'm like, yep. I'm just not ready. doesn't mean that I won't do it.
It's just, yeah.
Yes, I'm also impulsive. But I also, it's like, I'm okay with doing something that is considered impulsive or doing something like that. And then say, you know, that's not for me, and then not doing it. But I always wondered the what ifs.
Yeah.
And then what if it all works out? One of my favorite improv sayings that I got from improv, which is Improv You by, I think, Anthony. He was like, what if it all works out? Because you can say it negatively, but what if it all works out? Like, in a good way. Like, because it can, and it will.
You will make it happen.
Yeah.
Sure, I've been in China, teaching firefighters in China how to survive in a fire. Yeah, and that was an experience. I have to use a Bluetooth speaker with a Google. Well, I cannot use Google there because the government.
Right.
Yeah, so my phone is hacked. Hey, Chin Chin Bing, we love you. So I have to use a translator and tell the guys.
All hacked.
Yeah, and it's all hacked. Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, we love you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, we gotta like clap our arms around.
Yeah, so it was to me an experience out of everything that I know. Like, for example, in China, they don't have toilets. It's a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You take a shit a hole in the ground. And they don't have toilet paper. That I realized it too in the gas stations. You just wipe your hand, wipe your ass, and then wash your hands, and make sure you get
I've heard that in the Middle East and everything. I didn't know about it.
I didn't know until I went to China. I want to take a shit. I went to a gas station, and then like, all right, where's the toilet paper? I don't mind the hole. I'm cool with that.
Say, and then like the squatty potty, that's really what it's based on. Like, I have a squatty potty. If you don't have one, get one.
Cool with that. But then, what's the toilet paper? And I see a guy doing this on the nails in the water, like,
can we have like I don't know, like a river or like a fountain of some sort where it's like
it's a big
running
sink.
water.
It's a big sink, and I'm like, I pass. I went to a hotel. So that was my experience, and the food over there.
It got blurry again. Do we need to do the thumbs up? I think we do.
There you go. So
we know each other now. We can actually be closer. We don't.
Yes.
Oh no, people.
Oh, you're weird. Yeah, fuck, me too.
Dude, and the funniest thing you said, talking about weird, when you start to heal, you will get weird. And it's the most terrifying, freeing feeling. Because at first you're like, oh God, I really am weird. And you're like, huh, I really am weird. And you're like, I
play Dungeons and Dragons with my kids.
Do what? Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
I've never, like I said, words, like the campaign.
That's literally improv.
Yeah.
I can make a campaign. Well, I don't know. I'm not that good at the master guy, but I'm good making shit up and make it fun.
That would be, but making up a story. But my friend, one of my girlfriends is always like, you should come do Dungeons and Dragons with us. And I was like, look, I know that I have a lot of very nerd things. Like I love like anime and
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
What do you watch?
So I was big into Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z growing up, so I still go back and watch that. But then I also, when I go back and look and see that the bitch is like 14 and he's 21, I'm like, that was about, so when I was like, I think I was like 15, I'm like, oh, where was this 21? Like he would take me to school and stuff like that.
Yeah, the same age. Oh, I'm 40. So we grew up with the same
Do you know
culture.
like, so like robot, there's robot, it's like Robot Bebop, and there was like a Robot Depot. I don't know if you remember. It was a very weird like robot show. It was like a mix between like Roly Poly Holy, which I loved that show too. I also watched like a lot of Blue's Clues. As an adult, loved it. Still know all the songs. It was like that and mixed with like just like a robot thing. It was very weird.
I have to look.
I haven't thought about that in a long time. Like I would literally, I'd get home from school. I'd be like, if I was late, I would miss Dragon Ball Z. I'd be so sad. But then I would at least get Sailor Moon at 4 o'clock, and then that show was right after 4:30.
That's funny. I grew up the same shit, the same way, almost Dragon Ball Z, no matter what. All the way, normal Dragon Ball Z, and then the Dragon Ball GT.
Trunks, like
Dragon Ball GT with the purple hair and shit.
Yes.
Before he came out from the future or whatever, and they got big as fuck.
Yeah, like the big old it's like at that point like super duper Saiyans.
Yeah, with the sword and the jacket. Yeah, I remember that. It was awesome.
I love how Ren and Snippy. I always think about it all the time. I'm like, when I watch it now, that shit's so creepy. It's so creepy. It's so weird. It's like no wonder we were jacked up. That was what we were watching as a child. Like.
Yeah, but our generation grew up with the same shit. Now it's not one culture. It's that I can watch Netflix, I can watch Hulu, I can watch HBO, I can blah blah blah.
Of course, whatever was on TV.
That's it.
Like I always wondered
around the world.
What else would I have been into? Like if there was anything on those times.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
I was more of a Cartoon Network girl.
Yeah. What else? my god, there's a bunch of shows in the Cartoon Network after midnight. You remember those?
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim?
Yes.
But
the celebrity death match. Oh my god.
That was hilarious.
Love that.
That was hilarious.
I remember being young and like trying to how did they make those things move and then like watching later like how they just
hours just to do one movement. Hours. Because it's stop animation stuff and it's incredible how they did it back in the day.
I wonder like what was their drug of choice because none of them bitches were sober. I can guarantee you that because like
minimum weed. You have to.
I feel like anybody making cartoons like that, like on a regular basis, smokes a lot of weed because, like I don't know, having a very animated person, which is weird, because you would think that most stoners just like super like
no.
I smoke a lot of weed and that helps me more a lot of times than Xanaxes, and I have to take Adderall to function like a normal human being. Talking about overly sensitive, so I take 10 milligrams twice a day because I can't take 20 milligrams. I need more. But my body, every time I get like stress sweat, which is like 10 milligrams. But yet I can smoke weed all day and have no issues.
That's your body, the metabolism in your body.
Yeah, because like trying to tell people who don't have ADHD or anything like, or like severe trauma like that, it's like, it's going to process different in your body. Like mine's actually in here like fighting shit. Like it's a battle to calm down. I always tell people, they were talking about something one day, I was like, yeah, I took a Xanax and weed, and they were like,
that's a lot.
And I was like, yeah, no, I do just like 0.25 Xanax at a time whenever I have anxiety and stuff like that. I don't slow down. I don't get like the brakes. My brain goes until I crash at night and then it wakes me up. Like I normally don't need an alarm. I just wake up somewhere between like 3 and 5 hours after I went to sleep. It's better than it used to be. Like I would sleep like 2-3 hours at a time and I'd be awake no matter what. Which I'm trying to work more into like sleeping better. Because I know that's not good, but I'm trying. It's not like I'm sleep deprived. I know that.
Oh yeah,
but I've been like that for
years.
Yeah.
Years and years and years.
It's like
you've been used to it.
Yeah, no, like okay. So when I check my sleep, because this like keeps track of everything, the Oura Ring. At one point it was like like 17 hours sleep debt. It's like past all the like graphs and stuff they have, and like I've gotten it down to the green like minimally. But it takes like 2 weeks of sleeping well to do that.
Yeah.
My life is not that regular to just like sleep for a significant amount of time ever.
Yeah, I can tell you the same. Just different style.
Yeah.
I don't guess. I know every 3 days I will have a sleep deprived.
Oh yeah, because you. Oh yeah.
Clockwise, every 3 days.
Man, don't you stay awake for like 24 hours or 36?
24. We're trying to switch it because of mental health. So one of the reasons why you see in Florida now, Marion County is 24/72, so 24/72 because it found out that mental health, sleep depriving, actually drop out testosterone and make us crazy. So
now imagine that woman just pushing a child out, and most men will not help with children.
Yeah, I believe.
No, you're not most men. Like when I say because the all men thing, I always want to talk about that. It can be and it will be all men until. One women are like, hey homeboy, shut the fuck up. Like, but it's not, there's so many more of the people that won't say anything than like the people that are ready are getting attacked. And
I do it on my babies. I literally said, doctor, get the fuck out. I done this in the street. I can do it here. Okay. And I grabbed the baby and I did it twice.
Oh, mine took time. So they're like, relax. And so I kept like sucking her back in. And my husband's like, stop paying attention. Look at me. He's like, only relax like 40%. Because like he knows me, but I can completely relax everything. I just have always been hypersensitive. Luckily, people, because he's a man in the medical industry, they believe him a lot more than they believed me over the years, so he's had my back and stuff like that. He's like, stop listening to them. And then she was out under like 20 minutes.
Yep.
At that point, we'd been struggling for like 10 hours. Like it just, but we couldn't see what's happening because she was still up in there. And I was like 9.5 centimeters.
You relax your body and then came out. This is basically muscles.
Yeah, because I was in like active labor for like 9.5 centimeters, like 5 hours. She just wouldn't.
Yeah, that's just painful.
She just wouldn't like get. She was just literally right there. He's like, well, we're gonna try to rip it open. He's like, can we try? I was like, we can before the epidural. Because I didn't want an epidural. Like I said, at that point, I haven't did any type of medicine. I was like, they're gonna shoot me in my back. I'm gonna be paralyzed. This is what I get for being sober for so long. I remember thinking that because I was exhausted. Also, how my brain works. when she came out, she was lip and tongue tied, and we didn't know at first. So whenever she came out, I remember my first thought was, what the fuck is wrong with her tongue? As I'm holding her, I'm like crying and so happy, but her tongue was apart. And I had issues breastfeeding. The last day that we're getting ready, the last nurse literally put her, she looked at her, lip and tongue tied before she even looked in her mouth, and so we end up getting lip and tongue tied fixed. It's from obviously my husband, which he had his fixed I think like 2 years ago, so his was like severely bad.
Genetics.
Yeah.
Pass on to the next generation.
So if you have nursing issues ever, check for lip and tongue ties. Like I tell everybody they're pregnant, I'm like, check for lip and tongue ties, because they're way more common now than.
Because our food, our chemicals, blah blah, and all the crap that we eat here in the United States.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why our food is not allowed or legal in a lot of other countries in the world. Like our meat can't go anywhere. That's why they ship our horses alive down there, because if they have been butchered here, they're legally not allowed to sell it. But if it is alive, they can.
Yep. Chocolate is cheaper over there. Is forbidden in Europe, because I've been there a lot of times, and for example, in Croatia, they give you a plate this big of meat, chicken, pork, it's amazing.
I'm like majority medium.
And I don't feel bloated after eating all that with wine and beer.
Right.
And I'm fine. I come here, eat a little burger, and I'm like rolling.
Because they eat for nutrition. Like I feel like a lot of the world enjoys food, where we have made it just like our hospitals, and it's for profit.
It is.
When it shouldn't be for profit.
Yeah.
I'm one of those weird ones that think that food and housing and water should be free, like a base level. Now don't get me wrong, like if you make more money and you have whatever, but if we can't, at the very minimum, even if it wasn't for everybody, at least people who went to fight for our country, when they come home, not having to worry about their mental health and having therapists, a place to live, even if it was multiple of them in there, and food. Like I don't see
why
that makes me the bad person.
No, why not? Because we are, like you said, we're the minority, and the people watching this agree with us almost 100%.
I'm in the adult industry. Over half my people don't, and I still say it. I understand that people. Cognitive dissonance is a thing, because I've seen it in my family and I see it over and over, but I could never get over something where people that I like taking away from, even something I don't like, I don't see how anybody can be comfortable taking away from them. Just in general, like if you look into somebody else's bowl, it should be make sure that they have enough, not what can I take from them.
No, I came from Venezuela, so I know. The government wasn't nice over there, and that's why I came here. And this country is not perfect, and we can talk about politics all day, but I don't want to, because that's a different story. But it is, I'm glad I came here. Because to give you the chance, it won't give you a handout, it won't, but at least in this country, I got the chance to do whatever I want. Who I thought I'll be doing a podcast with you, or travel around the world. I came from a third world country, capital city, fighting protests, the government, and now I'm here.
And that's one thing. It's the American spirit is what I love, because it's you can always, it's like the be who you want to be, do what you want to do, and you have that option. People are like, move to another country, and it's like, do that. It's like, I also would not be opposed to fighting for my country. Like in country, like I'm not saying that I want to go somewhere and fight someone else's war, because that's what it always looks like. But I will fight for my country, and it's funny because I come from the South, so racism is incredibly big in half my family, and like I've seen that side of people. I've seen the violence that ensues with that side of people. I know for an absolute fact when you have half the country that's like, oh, super loud, and saying that they would go and, fight the other side of the country. It's like an empty shell fighting with a heart. Like it's only going to go so far. When people are living in their cognitive dissonance and they get put into incredibly stressful situations, their psyche's gonna break. I've seen it happen they only have so much they can take. If you're fighting with everything that you love and you believe in, like yes, it's still gonna be messy, but hate is louder, love is brutal. Like
it is. It's true. I like that.
Because it really is, it's a beautiful thing, but you can look at love anywhere in the world. Like coming back to lions, the matriarchy, their love is the support of their family, and they will do anything despite that to support that. And then you have the male lions. Yeah. Their only role is to fight other male lions. They do nothing else.
Yeah, they may look for food.
I'm just saying, if all the men could do that, just to fight one another, it'd be good. Let's take care of everything else. Y'all can be all the alpha males, and we will make sure you get fed and watered and all of that.
Well, we do have more stuff in common than different.
Yes.
Think about it. But people don't realize it.
People really, really don't. And that's how I always come into situations. Because like some people think, oh, I listen but I don't judge. And I always thought that was weird because like everybody has their natural judgment. When you look at something, you're going to assess, is this safe? You're going to look at all these different things, and that's not being judgmental. That's literally judging a situation. And like I was saying, you don't then create biases upon that.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody was taught those. Religion, race, sex, like all of that.
You judge the house, how the house look like, if I want to live there. If not, how's the environment, if it's safe or not.
Right.
But when you put the bias on it, that's when shit goes wild.
Right, but you're supposed to listen to those judgments. So you're supposed to, okay, let me make a cognitive decision of all the stuff that I've visually seen, how I'm going to go forward.
Yeah, if you go to a room, you see a bunch of needles on the floor, I don't want to be there.
Right. Or hey, does anybody need any help? And then leave. Like
exactly.
You're not gonna go in there and take your shoes off and stay a while
and walk around. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, between OBT and Turnpike, there's a homeless camp. And they always call it by the bushes.
Right.
And they always call for, pick up somebody, and it's usually overdose on heroin, and you see needles all over the floor, and we have to go with bunker pants and 5-fire pants, because I don't want to step on needles.
Yeah. That's a very real thing, because I feel like my drug usage now, compared to like whenever I was younger, because I've been sober, this year will be 15 years from like alcohol and any type of hard drugs.
That's awesome.
And only up until recently, I started experimenting with like psilocybin, which is mushrooms, if you haven't known that. And like, I'm curious about like ketamine and stuff like that, because trauma.
Yeah, ketamine, what I know so far is that the microdosages can actually help you to release some of the stress and trauma and open the box, because it's better to open the box and keep it closed.
Correct, and that's what I've been doing with like psilocybin, because that does the same thing, that has helped make me more comfortable in my body. It's helped me like process things. Like I said, my brain works really, really fast. And like the few days after I have microdosed on psilocybin, last time I did that, like I'm going to the beach, I'm going out things. I'm always doing something. It's not something that I sit inside people I was like, I don't know.
That's you. That's you.
I'm different, okay? And I always have a lot of realizations, or there'll be like a memory that comes up that I'm able to process. And like for instance, my panic attacks. So there's one big thing that has changed over the last year. When I used to get panic attacks, it felt like I was being swallowed, like I was being suffocated, like I could not breathe, wanted to die to escape from them. Now it feels like instead of it's coming in, like it's going out. It's like
you can manage.
It's like all those times I should have panicked and cried and did all that is now coming out, and it was like the panic attack was so bad because I was trying to hold on to everything so tight and just keep it all in, and I didn't know that I was trying to do that until I was like, maybe just let go a little bit, and didn't even realize. And then I've significantly noticed, because I had a panic attack on Friday. I won't get into it because it's still like a very active thing. It's still happening. Okay. But like I don't talk to a lot of my family, and whenever they come into town, it makes me
trigger.
Yes, trigger. Because like the thoughts that I have of what I would like to happen isn't something that tracks in my body, so it makes me very uncomfortable and makes me sad. Like, okay, what's next? What else? What not? So like dealing with that, and I forgot what my point was. Maybe we finally lose it, but I know it's like the CPS thing, like healing with family and stuff like that. I now know it's like okay to not be okay. Yeah. And so I never had that before. Like I literally didn't cry for like 10 years, like at all. Like I cried when my daughter was born, and that was it. Like it didn't matter the pain, it didn't matter how upset I was, it didn't matter. Only time I cried was if I was so mad and my eyes would start leaking. Come to find out, that is because like you physically cannot hold in sadness anymore. Like my anger was coming out because all this shit was making me sad. The fuck? Like, and so this is what gets me about trauma survivors is we then, okay, it's my fault. I have to hold it in. I have to not be a burden. I can't do any of this because we think it's our fault.
Which is not.
Dude, but I'm just saying, I did not realize that, and it's saying it out loud, it's like one of those funny things, but say it to yourself. Literally sit right there and say, the shit that happened to me is not my fault, and keep saying it. You're gonna be like, holy shit. Like, it is a game changer. Just like my spiral before, how you can train your brain, my brain's like, I hate you should die. So like now I'm like, I love you, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent. Like I'll make stuff and I try to create instead of hate, because like you have to have somewhere for it to go, or else you're just
spiral down and then you end calling 911.
Yes, like and
if you're lucky.
Yeah, a lot of times people aren't. Like,
I know.
What made me realize so much, and I never really thought about it, is until Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
The funniest man. All right, there's been like a lot of beautiful people and stuff like that.
But he was the funniest guy, comedian, amazing comedian. Because I saw his comedy on videos and stuff. The Suicide.
Yeah, but it's the same with me. I know with him, he didn't see himself the same way everyone else did. I say this very loving and very weird. I forget I'm hot. Like in my brain, I don't look the same. And I don't look like bleh inside, but it's not that when I look at him, I'm like, oh shit. Like it's surprising. Because also with the amount of trauma that I've gotten like hotter over the years, I was like, all right. Because I've heard that, you get hotter when you heal trauma. I'm like, thank you, I guess. Like,
and it's not even like you get hotter physically, it's just you're pouring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
It's that energy that you pour that attracts people. Sometimes you attract the wrong people.
Yeah.
But hopefully you get the right people.
I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm very much trying.
That's good.
It's one of the things. I'm atheist, but I very much will ask the universe, okay, this is where I'm at. What am I looking for? And then I go out and explore the world. Like I go out and see. I don't just like.
The way you can, yeah.
Right. I keep doing things. What do I love to do? What do I want to go experience? Why want to do that? And like kind of wait for the people to come to life. And it doesn't always work. I'm still gonna make bad decisions. Still. Because it's a joke. It's like what's good for the soul, or what's good for the whole isn't always good for the soul.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I can't help it. Everybody has their mistakes, but at the end of the day, what can you live with? Are you like preying upon people and you have to make yourself be the victim, or are you just living your life openly and just being like, this is how I'm living my life and not stepping on anybody? That's my goal. I don't.
And it's a perfect goal. And another thing I can add is that I learned from my dad. Surround yourself with people that are better than you, or positive at least. That's it.
I've always had to do that because, like I said, I learn from people. Yeah. So, like, if I don't have the correct people around me, I can't learn anything else.
Yeah,
like
you're stuck.
Right, and like I said, it doesn't mean that I need to get something from every single person, but if there's people out there, even if it's like your significant other, if you're drained after being with them, that's not your people. Regardless of what it is, like, because I go to big events like Secrets and stuff like that, that's very draining for me. I love it, it's a lot of fun, I love dancing and stuff like that. That is a lot of energy, and it's very draining because I'm an extroverted introvert, so I recharge in my enrichment enclosure, which is what I call it. It's like my house. I have it set up, literally everything that I love to do is in the space, other than horses, or else, like, because I wouldn't be able to live. But there's horse stuff in there. Like, is it one of my pockets? I might have it in my car. Oh, no. So I always carry this around whenever I'm like super stressed. One of my favorite horses. Whenever he passed away, you cut off their tail, and it just because it has like different sensories, I just carried it around in my pocket. And his name was Chevy, and he was one of the roughest horses I ever rode. But he was my favorite horse. Whenever I get horses.
Funny shit. I don't ride with horses. I can't. I got PTSD. I almost died on a horse. Because I fell from the horse and kicked me when I was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you
and that killed for me, and I'm not comfortable around horses. No. Even if I touch, I just can't.
I've been kicked, bit, stepped on, thrown off.
To me, it triggered that. So I can be in a building fire, I can be in a shooting, because I've been in a mass shooting, with no problem. I'm smiling because I'm doing something that I feel comfortable. But horses, I just can't. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. I really enjoyed talking to you. I don't know you that well, obviously.
Yes.
But what I know about you, I feel really proud of you because you went from shit situation and you were able to convert that into something positive.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of courage and a lot of balls to do what you did. Going through all this.
And I've never worked in like a female-dominated industry.
No.
Either. Like it's even like sex and like it's mostly women, but the people who's running it is men. Like it's most, and that's why like some of them now are like women-owned content and like made for women because
what kind of check is the guy?
Yes, most of the time it is. It's like now they're like letting directors and stuff like that in there as women.
Yeah, but still, the guy who's saying the check is a guy saying the check. Until that doesn't change, it won't change anything else.
It's a power. It's all about
It is all power. It is all about power. It's true. And yeah, like I said, I'm really proud of your journey, and I hope this inspires people to at least seek help.
Yes, and that's when there's so much stigma around seeking help. Like, yes, and this is what I tell people, and I don't care if it's true or not. The reason why most people around you don't want you to go to therapy is because they want to continue
cycle.
Yeah, continue the cycle. Because I went to therapy because I thought it was crazy. It was just like, nope, you're abused. And that's where your issue is. I was like, so the only reason why I'm losing my shit is because somebody hurt me. Like, it wasn't me going out being like, you know what? I'm just going to go abuse people today. Somebody ultimately decided to take something from me, and what I put in there to survive wasn't the healthiest and wasn't needed as much. And now at this age, I'm like, now how do I undo all of that? Therapy. Because like now I'm in the part of my life where I'm not going to therapy weekly. I'm trying to put into practice the things I learned, because I also saw a lot of people that will just go to therapy indefinitely.
Yeah.
And they never give themselves space to put into practice what they learn. Or like because I did a lot of therapy. I was raw as shit. It takes a few months to then finally settle. And I'm like, okay, now let me start figuring out what I want. Now that I'm stepping out of survival mode for the first time in my life, and depending on how deep you are into that, it takes a while of living life, going out and touching grass and doing stuff to really be able to connect.
That's true. One phrase, you want to summarize everything that we talked today. What do you say to me? One phrase.
Everything is figure outable.
Well, I like that one.
Because whenever I heard that's like, you can figure it out. Like it may be difficult, it may be hard, it may take a few years off of your life, it may be the most fun that you ever had, but even if you go into somewhere where it's fun and you have to make a 180 and come back, you can still figure it out. Just realize that you're not a burden and you don't have to carry everything yourself.
Yeah. That's good to me. That sounds great. Who do you recommend to come to the podcast from your circle of people, or who do you say will be good at it? That's a great question.
That is like a really, because I have like a flood of people going through my mind. There's actually a few. So one of my friends, she's actually gonna be, seriously, she's apparently went out to be a lawyer. She's on like a different brainwave than me, but we have very similar energies. So she's like really cool. I would have to say probably, I feel like the most fun one. So I mentioned earlier, who shall not be named, and anybody's watching knows that I have named Lord Voldemort that because it tracks.
You've been 3 times to show up.
Yes.
Like villagers.
I would say, like, dude, I'm just saying, traumatize them back, I'll do it. That one would give me significant joy. And then probably like my girlfriend, I was telling you about the one in Tampa that went my thunder buddy, whenever like shit gets hard, she's one of the most beautiful, interesting women that I've ever met, because she's went through a lot of the same stuff that I have, but she's got book smart, so she's like a nurse and she does all this, and like she's very much a healer and like a helper, and very into mental health and stuff like that. Whenever I like will come to her some of the stuff, she's like, that's stupid. She was like, I know you're gonna do it anyway, but just know that I know that it's stupid.
Yeah.
And she's like, so let's put a pin in this and go do it so then we can like come back and talk about it. She's not like, don't do it. She knows that
You will do it.
some of my other friends are like, I don't want to tell you anything, you're just going to go do it anyway. I'm like, yes, I'm just trying to get you to have my back. So it's like, I have my hoe friends, and then I have like my friends that can handle certain situations. I recommend that. Not, just like your significant other is not meant to handle everything. And like realizing that now after being in a relationship for so long, it's like they should have your back on everything, but it doesn't mean that everything that happens in your life are they going to be able to understand, it doesn't mean you shouldn't mention it and or keep it like omission on purpose is still a lie. But it's like not every person can handle everything. Like especially with your job, like you can see some people. I'm sure they get into being a firefighter and they can't handle it. They are not cut out for it, and like you can see that. Not everybody is meant to handle everything.
That's true. I agree. And before we go, I want to give you a little present. It's something from the fire service and police and military. It's a tradition, actually.
Okay.
It's two. One is a patch.
Oh, that's nice.
With Velcro. So that's something that we give to everybody in the fire service, police, and military around the world.
Thank you.
And a challenge coin. I don't know if you heard this before.
Yes, I used to play a lot of poker.
Okay.
I'm very good at Texas Hold'em. I've been playing since I was a kid.
So you can know the tradition with this and the first responder world, military and police and blah blah blah. So if you're going out with your friends, I'm not saying drinking alcohol, but you're going out, whatever, and you say challenge coin, and you don't have a challenge coin, you pay for everybody on the table.
Dude, it's been so long since I've heard that. Like literally like the wave of memories.
And this is part of when you take classes, when you hang out with firefighters.
Yeah, because we used to use like different kind of coins whenever we played poker to like hold them down. But yeah.
And that's what I teach people: stay oriented and never give up.
Yeah.
It's like a compass.
And like, it's very true. It's like, and never give up on yourself. Like, God, because whenever I think about other times, like the boundaries thing, like how am I going to traumatize myself for you just because I couldn't say no?
Yeah. So yeah, that's a challenge coin. And if you go around the firefighter world, whatever, everybody has one. I have mine actually. It wasn't, which is because what I work obviously.
Right.
So mine has that.
Oh, because you have the super awesome. One of my neighbors used to, or that's how I know about it.
Yeah. So yeah, so we hang out together with some tea, whatever.
I'll spill all the tea. So I tell people, I'm very open, and but I never normally like mention names or different stuff like that because I know I have a very public thing. I'm going to start a podcast. My friend's like, don't you mention any names? And then she was like, oh, never mind. Like, I will spill tea, but I don't spill names. I never like point any fingers or do stuff like that. But I will talk about anything pretty much.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, to give me your time. I know you're all busy. I hope that keep going on your journey.
Oh, I don't stop.
You are an example of put your shit together and keep going, basically.
I just like give no fucks. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It should be like that eventually. Everybody should be like that at some point. Trust me, shit will be easier.
It makes life so much easier if you don't care about everything. Find your things to care about, care of them 100%, but it does not have to be everything.
I agree. And with that, guys, thank you so much, Ellie. I appreciate you here. I really love it. Hopefully we can come back again. Well, we do have another podcast.
Yes.
More on the business side of different t-shirt, different stuff. But yes, we're doing something more, I guess, professional.
Yeah. So the Secrets Podcast just kind of just talks about how like your life got into that. Basically, so it's like the middle ground and fun stuff like that.
I'll talk as a vendor because I provide IV services to people. If you feel like you in a hangover, I can hook you up, basically.
And a lot of people drink at Secrets, so like you can see people there all day doing that, and everybody swears by it. I'm gonna do it soon. Like I promise. It's soon.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. That's okay. No problem. Well, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe, hit, share, whatever, and if you don't understand, put some titles because I got a lot of people in Spanish, so subtitles. It's a big one for them.
I like subtitles. I talk fast.
Yeah. Thank you so much and see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Blessed with my presence, say thanks. Little, what is your rank? Walk in my hood for a second, they might put you in the dirt.